Calling to order an official city council meeting. Today's date, June 15, 2020. Please rise for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance. We declare to you today as we ask for your guidance and education to make this happen. But work together and collaborate to make the best decisions for our city. Calling to order an official city council meeting. Today's date, June 15, 2020. Please rise for the invocation. Father, we come and ask for your safety and forgiveness as we take the time this weekend to forgive and celebrate our fathers. These things in your name, your can pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, please call the roll.
Widening. Here. Cruz.
Here.
Havens.
Here.
Winkle.
Here.
Here. Molesky.
Here.
DeVries.
Here.
Mayor.
Here.
Service Director.
Here.
Law Director.
Here.
Engineer.
Here.
Auditor. Here. Clerk of Council. Here.
All right, tonight we have the minutes for City Council meeting minutes of June the 1st, 2020. Are there any corrections this time? Hearing none, those minutes are approved. We also have the Planning Commission meeting minutes of June the 9th, 2020. And that will take us to the lobby session. As you know, we've been trying to keep the public involved and letting them respond by either going on to our web access, or they have the ability to, type in to the city ahead of time. It is my understanding this evening we did have somebody who wanted to have their comments read out loud. So Assistant Clerk of Council, Terry P., if you would mind starting the lobby session for us and reading that individual's comments.
My name is Ryan Kelly. I live at 9046 Franklin Drive in Ward 3, represented by Councilman Abens. Many residents of this ward, my family included, use Race or Maddock Road to access Center Ridge Road from Sugar Ridge Road. I have noticed large potholes on the railroad tracks at Maddock, and I believe the road is getting bad on Race as well. My mother said she got a flat tire while going over the tracks at Race. Is there any plans to fix these? Is there a delay due to the ongoing construction on Center Ridge? Thank you very much for your time. I did forward this off to the service superintendent, and he did respond to the gentleman. And Norfolk Southern is currently working on those roads, and now it's complete, right, the tracks?
All finished.
Okay.
Thank you for your comments. We always appreciate the input and feedback from the community. And as stated, those comments have been responded to. At this time, are there any other people waiting in the lobby session?
Not at this time.
Okay, we will pause for 30 seconds to see if anybody else jumps in and joins our meeting. Clerk, has anybody else joined us in the lobby session?
There are no comments at this time.
Well, that will bring us to administrative reports. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tonight we have T75 on the agenda. It's an ordinance amending ordinance number 5743/2020, accepting the Northeast Ohio Public Energy Council Energized Community Grant. NOPEC has requested that we sign a new contract this year. The amendment allows me to enter into a contract and accept the grant in the amount of $110,808. I'm requesting that we dispense with the second and third readings and add the emergency clause in order to meet the application deadline of June 30th, 2020. We'll be using this year's grant dollars for the design work on an intersection improvement project in Avalon Drive, Stony Ridge Road, and Mills Road. Today, we opened our doors to City Hall, and our buildings were open for normal operations, except for the Senior Center, which will remain closed until further notice per the state's orders. For the safety of our employees and visitors, we ask that you wear a mask when entering our facilities and practice social distancing by staying 6 feet apart. And most importantly, if you're sick, please stay home. Our streets service department is working diligently on paving this year's list of streets. That list of streets is up on the city's website. They finished up Adele and Maine last week, and today they began paving Gloria and Madison. And I believe they were finishing up late this afternoon. Starting this Wednesday, they'll begin milling Mills Creek Lane from Shady Moss to Bills Road with paving to follow. Ohio Edison announced the helicopter from Hilo Air will be inspecting Ohio Edison transmission lines June 16th to 18th, weather permitting. The helicopter will be flying at a speed of about 30 to 45 miles per hour above or alongside the lines and may circle around for closer inspection. The helicopter is white with blue and gray striping, tail number 828HA. They're not coming for you, they're just looking at the lines. Coffee and Conversation is scheduled to take place on Zoom this Friday, June 19th from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. For information on how to join that meeting, please visit the city's website. And on an unfortunate note, after reviewing the state's guidelines for large gatherings, we are going to postpone the Independence Day celebration and fireworks. The event normally held at South Central Park, scheduled for July 3rd. But because of the social distancing rules, we were not able to have it there. We did look at an alternative location, but that did not work out either. So we are going to look at a later date, possibly in September, and we'll keep you up to date as we learn more. And as a final note, City Hall offices will be closed on July 3rd in observance of Independence Day. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Safety Engineer.
No report this evening.
Thank you. Mr. Engineer.
Thank you, Council President. I have a few things tonight. Broad Main Pleasant Avenue Sanitary Rehabilitation Project is currently underway. All point repairs have been made on that project, and the new liner is being pulled through the existing pipe and steam cured before cutting open the existing lateral connections. Crews are hoping to pull liner through 2 segments each day, and each segment is roughly a spacing of 350 to 400 feet, which is between 2 manholes. So they're moving right along, and their completion date is the end of July. 2020 full depth concrete pavement repairs have been awarded to DL Smith Concrete, limited liability company of Norwalk, Ohio. DL Smith was the lowest and best bidder for the contract. Work is expected to begin within the next 30 days on that. And the streets to be repaired under that contract are MacArthur Drive and Northwood Court. US 20 Center Ridge Road widening update. ODOT's contractor, Fetchco Excavating, is continuing to move right along with the project. All mainline paving of base course and intermediate courses have been completed. Curb and gutter continues to be installed along the south side of the roadway from east to the west. Most of the sidewalk has been poured on the north side of the road from Jaycox to the east and some to the west. Crews will continue their work at State Route 83, doing 1 quadrant at a time. That's the hold up there. They just can't close that intersection as we've done in other intersections. The project has shifted lanes onto the new pavement from Jaycox to the west. So you'll notice as of today, this afternoon, most of the traffic has been shifted onto what will be the new existing pavement at the end of the project. All other intersection work is complete at this time. Allowing the contractor to close those intersections rather than do work in phases has significantly increased their productivity and shortened the duration of those closures. The contractor has made significant progress on the project in the last 6 months. I believe if not 100% complete by November, they'll be about 95% complete, and only ancillary outside of the roadway miscellaneous type things will have to be done. They're moving right along, and if that's not evident, I wish Woodstream was out here last year. We could have been way ahead last year. Could have been done. So anyways, again, they should be, if not 100% done, 95% done by the November of this year, with only minor punch list items and cleanup to do outside of the roadway. Ranger Way is underway. The contractor has completed the storm sewer installation and is currently placing the roadway base material, sub-base material. Once that is complete, they'll go ahead and put in the roadway base material, which is a stone material, and get that to grade and compacted. And after that base has met compaction requirements, the crews will move on to placing the new concrete roadway. They're up against the timeline of August 7th is their contract completion date. So their substantial completion is that day, and we're holding them to it at this point. Lorain Road resurfacing. Pavement planning took place today on Lorain Road from the east side of the railroad bridge heading east to the turnpike exit lane in both directions. Engineering department will inspect the milled surface tomorrow and mark out any necessary base repairs. If there are no warranted base repairs, the contractor at Crossroads Asphalt will be given the go-ahead to resurface the roadway as soon as possible. So I was out there today and I didn't see anything that was alarming to me. So if the roadway is in the same shape as what I saw in the one lane that they had done, we're going to be moving right into paving, hopefully maybe by the end of this week, depending on the contractor availability. So that project will be hopefully completed within the next 2 weeks. State Route 83 resurfacing. ODOT has awarded this work to Shelley Company of Twinsburg. The project will be installing their maintenance traffic items as soon as tomorrow. Partial depth and full depth asphalt repairs will begin on Monday, June 22nd. Pavement planning will begin on June 29th. And tentatively, asphalt placement will begin on July 13th. The project has a completion date of July 31st. The schedule obviously is subject to weather, so if weather continues to be on our favor, it should be okay. These dates are from a draft schedule that I received today, but it does give us a general idea of when work will be completed or scheduled. I will be sitting in a pre-construction meeting tomorrow and should get some more detailed information, and I can share that. As far as railroad crossings, we had a heck of a week last week. They were all closed for a few days. I believe that Race and Maddock ended up opening up sometime late on Wednesday afternoon, and then Chestnut and Route ended up opening on Friday afternoon. We made it through with just a couple of minor incidences, but they're both open and those pavement repairs have been made, so that issue that was in the lobby session should have been taken care of. And that concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Engineer. Ms. Auditor.
Thank you, Council President. The auditor's office, after several interviews, has selected a candidate for the accounts payable clerk position. Michelle Owens from the council clerk office will be coming down to our office probably in the next couple weeks. We're excited to have Michelle with us and know that she'll do great things for our office. And that concludes my report.
Great. Congratulations to Michelle. And that brings us to other reports. We have the May 2020 Fire Department report. And that leads to business. Clerk, please read the applicant information from the Planning Commission.
Planning Commission actions taken at the Tuesday, June 9th, 2020 meeting. Applicant Thomas Jeff Kadusky, MCI Metro, 12300 Ridge Road, North Royalton, Ohio, 44133. Owner, City of North Ridgeville, right of way, 7307 Avon Belden Road, North Ridgeville, Ohio, 44039. Request installation of fiber optic conduit in right-of-ways of Elyria Street and Main Avenue. Location, Elyria Street right-of-way extending from Learnaga Road to Main Avenue, then continuing south in the Main Avenue right-of-way to Center Ridge Road. PC action taken approved by a vote of 5-0.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Evans.
move to approve. Second.
It was moved by Evans, seconded by Winkle to approve the Planning Commission meeting notes. Are there any comments or questions at this time?
Yes, Mr. President,
Ms. Summer.
I am related to Mr. Kadusky, so I would have to abstain, so I have to do a voice vote.
Very good, thank you. Any other comments or questions at this time? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Swain,
Yes.
Booth,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Hung,
Abstain.
Molesky,
Yes.
DeVries,
Yes.
the motion passes 6 and 1 abstention.
That will bring us to the recess portion of our meeting.
Mr. President,
Yes, Ms. Hung.
Motion to dispense with recess.
second.
It was moved by Hung, seconded by Booth to dispense with recess. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
All opposed? And that will bring us to first readings. T75.
T75 2020, an ordinance amending ordinance number 5743 2020, accepting the Northeast Ohio Public Energy Council, NOPEC, 2020 Energized Committee grants and authorizing the mayor to enter into a new 2020 grant agreement.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Booth.
make a motion to dispense with the second and third readings.
Second.
It was moved by Booth, seconded by Avens to dispense with the second and third readings. Are there any comments or questions? All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Booth.
I move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, I move to add the emergency so that we can meet the June 30th, 2020 deadline.
Second.
It was moved by Booth, seconded by Winkle to add the emergency clause to T75 for the reasons stated earlier by Mayor Corcoran. Any comments or questions at this time? All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
All opposed? It was then moved by Booth, seconded by Winkle to adopt T75 with the emergency clause. Are there any final comments or questions? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Swain,
Yes.
Booz,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Hung,
Yes.
Molesky,
Yes.
DeVries.
Yes.
The motion carries unanimously and becomes ordinance 5752 2020.
T76.
T76 2020, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a 5-year contract with Hot Company for the French Creek wastewater treatment plant billing meters renewal project not to exceed $178,500.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
move to dispense with the second and third readings.
Second.
It was moved by the mayor, seconded by Avens to dispense with the second and third reading. Any comments or questions? All in favor, say yes.
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 Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
move to adopt. Second. Move to add the emergency clause. These are meters that we use to measure the flow from each community, and it ensures that we do proper billing for each community. So this is something that is necessary and important to the wastewater treatment plant.
Second.
Moved by the mayor, seconded by Molesky to add the emergency clause to T76 for the reasons stated by the mayor. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
All opposed? It was then moved by the mayor, seconded by Avens to adopt T76 with the emergency clause in place. Any final comments or questions at this time? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Swank,
Yes.
Booz,
Yes.
Avens,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Hung,
Yes.
Molesky,
Yes.
DeVries.
Yes.
The motion carries unanimously and becomes 5753 2020.
T77.
T77 2020, an ordinance amending ordinance number 272593 and subsequent amendments thereto in order to eliminate the wage increase parity provision for all non-union members.
And I will refer that to the committee of the whole. T78.
T78, 2020, a resolution requesting the city of North Ridgeville's share of funds from the committee Coronavirus Relief Distribution Fund and affirming that upon receipt of such funds shall be used only to cover costs incurred by the city of North Ridgeville consistent with the requirements of applicable law and regulations.
Mr. Mayor, is there any time-sensitive issues with this at all?
Yes, because while we have applied for the grant and received notice that we have been approved, once we don't have any idea when the money may come and how much, and this resolution needs to be in place before that money gets to us. So I'll make a motion to dispense with the second and third readings.
Second.
It was moved by the mayor, seconded by Winkle, to dispense with the second and third readings. Are there any comments or questions at this time? All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
All opposed?
Mr. President, move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, move to add the emergency for the reasons that I stated earlier.
Second.
It was moved by the mayor, seconded by Winkle, to add the emergency clause 78 for the reasons stated by the mayor. On the emergency clause itself, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed? It was then moved by the mayor and seconded by Winkle to adopt C78 with the emergency clause in place. Are there any final comments or questions? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Swain,
Yes.
Booz,
Yes.
Havens,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Hahn,
Yes.
Maleski,
Yes.
DeVries.
Yes.
The resolution passes unanimously and becomes 1494, 2020.
All right, meeting announcements. The next regular council meeting will be scheduled for Monday, July the 6th, 2020 at 7:30 p.m. right here at council chambers. This meeting is adjourned.